What's up, sports fans? Baki here once again from the Baki Rants. Hope everybody's doing good tonight. Warrior fans, I guarantee you it's super pumped. I'm pumped. Huge win for the Warriors in Game 3. Big win. This series is over. The Cleveland Cavaliers are going to get swept. Um, Before this series started, I said, you know, Warriors in 7. Um, Even after game 1 is win, after game 2 is win, I still said Warriors, in 7, just having belief. This will be the first time I actually believe and think Warriors will sweep now. Um, the, the Cleveland Cavaliers threw their best punch against the Warriors tonight. I mean, LeBron was unreal, Kyrie was unreal. Both of them had over 30 plus points. I think Kyrie had like 34, 35. LeBron had 39, I think. So he had near 40. Um, J.R. Smith finally woke up. Had hit some big timely shots. Kyle Korver hit big timely shots. Um, Kevin Love was huge, rebounding the basketball and hitting timely buckets. Overall, the Cavaliers threw their best punch at them. But at the same time and same token, when the end of the game came, the reason why they signed Kevin Durant happened. It showed the reason why they signed Kevin Durant. Last year, after they collapsed, uh, I came out, and said, to a few friends, a few coworkers, after they lost last year in Game 7, first thing I said was they need to sign Kevin Durant. And the main reason why I said they needed to sign Kevin Durant was for this particular reason. You need somebody who's going to make LeBron James work defensively. And that's what Kevin Durant has done all series long. He's made LeBron work defensively. He's not allowed LeBron James to roam around and play passing lanes and them chase down blocks and all that type of stuff and play help defense because you can't help out on Kevin Durant. And when they try to put other defenders on, they try putting Richard Jefferson on him. They try to put Iman Shepherd on him. I mean, all Kevin Durant did was take him to the post, hit him with the fadeaway jump. Hit him with that fadeaway jumper, that push down, back down, fadeaway jumper. Because they're too small to handle him. So then they're forced to put the only guy who can try to contain Kevin Durant on him, and that's LeBron, which gives more of a workload on LeBron than he already has, being the de facto point guard, playmaker, rebounder, scorer, everything. And that's the main reason why I said that last year. You need a guy who LeBron has to defend. Kevin Durant is that guy. Kevin Durant showed tonight that at the end of the day, this ain't 2012. This ain't big brother LeBron punking little brother Kevin Durant no more. Kevin Durant has picked up his game. He's picked up his level of play. He's matured. He's grown. His game has grown in 5 years. Skills-wise, Kevin Durant is, at this point now, is a better skilled player than LeBron James. I know a lot of people are going to, say that's blasphemous to say, but what is it that LeBron James truly does better than Kevin Durant? Like, ask that true question. True question. What does LeBron James do better? I mean, so much better than Kevin Durant now. I mean, he's not a better scorer than Kevin Durant because Kevin Durant's a better scorer. Kevin Durant's always been a better scorer. They're just as good as far as rebounding. Kevin Durant has become an improved passer now. I mean, almost close to equaling, LeBron James as a passer now. And, you know, you know, blocking shots, Kevin Durant has became as good as LeBron James at blocking shots. Like, there's nothing that LeBron James does that's just tremendously better than Kevin Durant anymore. Years ago, 5 years ago, OKC, young OKC, LeBron James wasn't a better scorer than Kevin Durant, but LeBron James was an all-around better player because LeBron James did more. LeBron James was a better rebounder, he was a better passer, he's a better defender, and he was better at getting to the basket. Now he's not. He's not now. Kevin Durant has made up that gap. That gap has been made up by Kevin Durant now. The gap's made up. So at the end of the day, Kevin Durant is coming out to prove, like, look, I am not the baby brother anymore. I'm not the second best player in the world anymore. I want the spot of being the best player in the world. Now, at the end of the day, he's going to have to continue to prove it. He's going to have to continue to win more rings to take that spot from LeBron. But, that's the mentality. If you watch this series, that's the mentality that Kevin Durant has. That he wants to show that he's the best player in the world now. That he's better than LeBron. No, he's not going to say that. Nobody's going to say that out loud. But that you can tell by watching this series. That's what Kevin Durant's thinking. That's what he's thinking. He's better. But it is what it is. Next subject I want to talk about. Kyrie Irving versus Steph Curry. That's another matchup. I mean, another subpar matchup. Not subpar, excuse me. Poor choice of words, but another subplot. Outside of the LeBron KD factor, Steph Curry and Kyrie Irving, right? Now, all year, since last year, everyone talked about how Kyrie Irving did in Steph Curry. And Kyrie Irving is so much better than Steph Curry. And this, that, and the third, right? Steph Curry has outplayed Kyrie Irving this series in all 3 games. Yes, Kyrie Irving had 30 plus. I think he had 34, 35 points tonight. But what I've said about Kyrie Irving for years is coming to fruition, and it's to the detriment of the Cleveland Cavaliers. It's a problem. I mean, if anybody's watched the game, watch the game. Watch the final minutes of the game. Right? There was one possession, I think it was right after KD hit the big 3, where Kyrie Irving came up, dribble. They did an ISO on Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson, probably the Warrior, outside of Kevin Durant, one of the Warriors' best on-ball defenders. Dribble, step back, 3 ball, and it just grazed the rim. No ball movement, no nothing. He just went straight ISO and missed it. Yes, he had, 30 plus. Yeah, he had a huge game. But at the same time, that is the biggest problem with Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving is a scorer. Kyrie Irving is a finisher. He's great with dribbling and getting to the basket, finishing around the rim. He is great at all of those things. The problem with Kyrie Irving is he's not a playmaker. He doesn't make anyone else better. He's not making plays for anybody else. If you look on the other side, Steph Curry had 26 points. Steph Curry had 13 rebounds. Okay? I think he had more rebounds than Tristan Thompson tonight. He had 13 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 steals. Steph Curry has done more than just score in this series. He's done other things in this series. He's rebounded the basketball better. He's been a playmaker, getting easier baskets for guys. He's done that all series long. Kyrie Irving hasn't done that. When you look at Kyrie Irving, first thing comes to your mind is Kyrie Irving's finna dribble, dance, Uncle Drew, go to the basket. Dribble, Uncle Drew, step back jumper. That's Kyrie Irving. He's a one-on-one artist. That's it. And that's not going to work all the time. You can't be a one-on-one guy. And that's what Kyrie Irving is. And people get so enthralled and in love with that. And when it's going in, it's looking good. For the most part, he hit a lot of clutch buckets in this game. But when it was really time, when it was crunch time, and Golden State was making that run, instead of running plays and passing the basketball, what ended up happening was Kyrie Irving, dribble, step back jumper, barely grazed the rim. It is what it is. Like Kyrie Irving, everyone, like I said, looks back at Game 7 and that shot he hit over Steph Curry, and just everyone talked about how Kyrie Irving was so much better than Steph Curry. Do you know why Steph Curry is better than Kyrie Irving? The reason why Steph Curry is better is because Steph Curry does more. Neither guy is a good defender. I've said that on many of my videos. If you watch basketball, you know that both Kyrie Irving and Steph Curry aren't good defenders at all. Neither one of them are. So let's take the defense out of the equation because they're both bad defensively. But Steph Curry rebounds. Steph Curry gets assists. And he plays passing lanes defensively to get steals. Kyrie Irving doesn't do any of that. Kyrie Irving, when's the last time you seen Kyrie Irving had double digit in rebounding? When's the last time Kyrie Irving had double digit rebounding? Like, when's the last time Kyrie Irving, had, double digit assists in a game? When's the last time he done that? You know why? Because he's a one-on-one guy. He's all about scoring. He's all about the street ball at Uncle Drew and dribble and all that. And it's not winning. Golden State's defense is too good. You can't ISO ball Golden State defense. You can't. You can't go ISO ball against Golden State. Even before Kevin Durant, Golden State was a good defensive team. You couldn't just ISO against them. You couldn't. Like, everyone's going to look at he ISO'd in Game 7 last year. Steph Curry was hurt. People want to poo-poo that and act like, that's just an excuse. Steph Curry won 100%. He won 100%, and everybody knew it. He came into that series, he wasn't 100%. And no one wants to understand that. No one wants to accept that. They think that's an excuse. It's not an excuse. He wasn't 100%. But you're seeing what's going on now that Steph Curry's 100%. This series, this finals, Steph Curry's 100%. Now you see what is going on. What's going on? Steph Curry is having his way. He's outplaying Kyrie Irving. Even in this game, he outplayed Kyrie Irving. Because at the end of the day, yes, Kyrie Irving scored more, but Steph Curry did more. He filled up the stat sheet more. He did more. He made more of an impact than Kyrie Irving did. Period. End of story. He made more of an impact because he affected the game in more ways than just scoring. Yeah, he scored the ball, but he also got rebounds. He got a couple steals, and he was a playmaker, setting up people for wide open shots or layups and dunks at the rim. That's what happened. Steph Curry is outplaying him, and that's fact. And it is what it is. Also, Klay Thompson, 30 points. Another thing, everyone talked about how, Klay Thompson struggled going into the finals. He struggled in Game 1. Did you really think that Klay Thompson was going to struggle the whole time? No. People's going to talk about Steph Curry, his and everything that he filled up in the stats. They're going to talk about, KD and the final, he scored the finals 7, 8, 9 points, 10 points for Golden State in that big time 3 ball he hit over LeBron. But quiet as kept, Klay Thompson played solid defense once again, as well as he had 30 points. He had 30 points tonight. He had 30 points tonight. And that was a quiet 30 points. At the end of the day, smoke cleared, dust settled. It is what it is. The Golden State Warriors are better. They took the Cavs' best punch from their two best players. And when it was all said and done, when the smoke cleared, when the dust settled, they looked at LeBron, they looked at Kyrie, and they looked at the Cavs and said, is this all you got? But because it's going to take more than what you two dudes are doing to beat us. And that's what happened. This series is over. It's done. The Cleveland Cavaliers are getting swept now. Because I guarantee you, Friday night, the Golden State Warriors is not letting this go back to Oakland. No. You know why? Because they smell blood in the water now. Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, all those guys, Iguodala, David West, all them guys smell blood in the water. They know not to like mess around with Cleveland, and they're not messing around with them. They're coming to take them out. That 3-1 lead that they lost last year was probably the best thing that ever happened to Golden State. Because see, what ended up happening is Golden State, in their minds, believed that they gave away a title. That they gave a title away to Cleveland. So this year they've been on a mission. They've been on a mission to right that wrong. And if they sweep the Cleveland Cavaliers, if they come out and they sweep them, which I'm predicting now sweep, because I don't believe Golden State's going to allow them to walk and get back to Oakland. That's not happening. That's not happening. See, they're not going to allow that to happen. Do you really think, as Cavs fans, I mean, and I wish I could talk to Cavalier fans because I really want to see this. Do you really believe against this Golden State team that your team is going to win 4 out of 5 games against them? Hell no. They're not winning 4 out of 5. Even with LeBron, they're not winning 4 out of 5 against this Golden State team. There's no way in hell. That's not finna happen. You seen what happened. You seen LeBron gave him his best shot. Kyrie gave him the best shot. K-Love gave him the best shot. Nothing. It meant nothing. Golden State is better. And the scariest thing for Cavalier fans is this. Golden State's better. Golden State's younger. Most of their stars are in the 20. Like, I think Steph Curry might be the oldest star. And he's 29. But I think Kevin Durant's like 26, 27. Klay Thompson, I think, is probably 27, 28. Draymond Green's around 26, 27, 28. They're still in their 20s. They're still young. They still got a bunch of more years left. And the Cleveland Cavaliers, with that high payroll, what are you going to do? What can you add to this team to make you as competitive as them? I've already, heard rumblings, heard different reports, people talking about recruiting Paul George to go to Cleveland. Really? Trying to get Paul George to come to Cleveland? Come on. That shows the height of desperation. They're desperate. But Paul George's not going to Cleveland. Hell, he's not going to Cleveland. Hell, if he's going to Cleveland, hell, he can stay in Indy. He's not trying to go to some small market. Everybody knows Paul George is from L.A. He wants to be a Laker. He's made that known that he wants to be a Laker. He's made that known. He made that known all this year. Paul George wanted to be a Laker. He's not coming to Cleveland. Please. He's not coming to Cleveland to play second fiddle or third fiddle to Kyrie Irving. And no, that's not. Come on. That's not happening. I mean, and then on top of that, you got to pay Paul George. And you got to pay him superstar money. Is Dan Gilbert going to go further in the luxury tax than he already is to pay Paul George to come there? The man's already been in luxury tax hell for the last about 2-3 years now. There's not that much that Cleveland can do. It's not that much they can do. It's not that much they can do. It's not. I mean, you paid Tristan Thompson big money. You paid Kevin Love big money. Which, if Paul George did come there, that would mean you would have to either get rid of Tristan Thompson or Kevin Love. My money's on Kevin Love. They'll probably get rid of him to make it work because he has the highest salary cap between the two. So they'll probably get rid of Kevin Love. But then you'll be looking at a Kyrie Irving, Paul George, LeBron James, Tristan Thompson, and then whoever else they're going to have in the starting lineup. They might have LeBron playing the power forward more. Who knows? You know, they might go with the lineup of Kyrie, JR, Paul George, LeBron, and Tristan Thompson. They might go with that. But can LeBron play the 4 all year long? Come on. Can at age 32 going on 33 this year, can he do that on a consistent basis? Come on. That wear and tear playing the 4? After Golden State sweeps them Friday night, Cleveland's going to have to revamp their roster. Mark my words. Watch what happens this offseason. You're going to hear a lot of LeBron crying, pissing, moaning, and complaining. I guarantee you. I think on First Take today, if people watch First Take, Stephen A. Max, Stephen A. came back, Max Kellerman. They talked about a subject where if the Cavs get swept, would that stain LeBron James' legacy? I think Max Kellerman said no, and he gave some reasons why. Stephen A. said, yeah, it would stain. It kind of stained it, yeah. I posed that question to, my audience. If the Cavs get swept, would that stain LeBron James' legacy? My opinion, yes. And this is not just because I'm wearing a Golden State jersey or I'm a Golden State fan. In all objectivity, yes, it would stain his legacy. And the reason why it would stain his legacy is because at the end of the day, this is on LeBron James. You see, if you've been watching LeBron James his whole career, if you've been watching him, what is the narrative that LeBron James has always had? Every time he's losing, every time his team struggles, every time there's an issue, he does it every single year. He doesn't have enough help. It's happened all the time. He used to say that early in Cleveland, in his first go-round with Cleveland, he used to do that. When he went to Miami, he did the same thing. When he came back to Cleveland every year, LeBron James does it every year. Every damn year, he doesn't never have enough help. Every year. Every year. He always does it. Every year, he does it. He did it again this year. They got him Kyle Korver. They got him Darren Williams. They got him Derek Williams. Those are the 3 guys that they brought over. 3 guys that they brought in that LeBron James wanted to improve the roster. They needed a backup point guard. They brought in Darren Williams. Darren Williams had scored a damn bucket in 3 games. That was the guy LeBron James wanted. Darren Williams ain't scored a damn bucket in the finals yet. He ain't done nothing in the finals yet. He ain't scored a bucket in the finals yet in 3 games. Okay? Kyle Korver finally came alive. He hit some big shots, but he missed a huge 3 on the playmaking on a momentum switch after KD hit that big time three. Not after KD hit that big time three. LeBron made a play, got to the basket, and instead of going up and finishing, he kicked it out to the corner to Kyle Korver, and he missed the three. But he did, come alive. Tonight was Kyle Korver's best game in the final because he hit, some threes, you know. But the first two games, Kyle Korver was nowhere to be found. Um, and also the other acquisition, Derek Williams. Derek Williams other than garbage time, Derek Williams haven't even played no critical man. The three guys that they free agent guys that LeBron wanted them to bring in that was supposed to help the team basically has done nothing this series. Like I said, Kyle Korver hit about 3 or 4 threes tonight, but outside of that, those three guys that he wanted brought in mid season has done nothing in the finals. Nothing. Okay? Nothing. All right? Nothing. It is what it is. The Golden State Warriors are better. I told people last year after Golden State lost, they need to get Kevin Durant because you need a guy who LeBron has to honor. And this is exactly what I thought was going to happen if they had signed Kevin Durant. This right here. They're going to embarrass the Cleveland Cavaliers. It is what it is. Cleveland doesn't have anything to handle them. And what's scary, like I said before, is what's going to be different next year. Because Cleveland is in salary cap hell. So what can you add that's going to put you over the top and make you as competitive against them next year? It is what it is. The Cavs can't do it, man. As much as LeBron James can go off and score 35, 40 points and all that, Uncle Drew, Kyrie and all that, means nothing. They can have that. Golden State want the chip. They want to rip. They don't just want to win. They want to embarrass the Cleveland Cavaliers. Just like all of those memes and all of those, everybody laughed at Golden State, especially in Cleveland. Everybody laughed. Y'all got 3-1 lead. First team to ever blow a 3-1 lead. All Golden State did was say, okay, we're going to sign Kevin Durant. And now that we signed Kevin Durant, we're going to sweep y'all. We're going to embarrass the hell out of y'all. Y'all will not win a game. We will step on y'all and step on your throat. We're going to, just like we were the first team to let a 3-1 lead go, we're going to be the first team to go undefeated in the playoffs. Now, go all year and meme that. That is exactly what Golden State is saying right now. But, look forward to my to more comments coming up Friday. I'm gonna have a bunch of my coworkers gonna be there. They're gonna have their inputs going into Friday. I have a bunch of people talking and speaking their pieces on what they think is gonna happen. Friday's a big night, so I'm gonna have another the Baki Ranch show where we're gonna talk about different subjects, not just basketball. We're gonna talk about a bunch of different things. But thank you guys for listening, tuning in, and watching. Peace out.